Welcome back to Buzzer to Buzzer.
Welcome back to Quick Take number 17.
All right, guys. So the last game of the second week of that 2020 NFL season just wrapped up. That being the Monday night showdown between the Las Vegas Raiders and the New Orleans Saints. Now, guys, I think it's safe to say that the outcome of this game was different than what we initially expected, with the Las Vegas Raiders winning 34-24 with a whole bunch of penalties on the Saints side. Now, guys, what did this game show us in terms of the quarterbacks and the overall team performances?
Ryan, we need some more enthusiasm, bro. Like, come on. The Raiders just beat the Saints. Like, are we kidding me? Like, literally, Harshik, I remember like this today was talking about how the Saints will probably make the Super Bowl this year or could be. After looking at this game, I don't see that happening. Like, come on. We're seeing like 2015, 2016, Derek Carr coming out here, like almost MVP season when Matt Ryan won. And like, are we seeing like 3 touchdowns? Like 280 yards. Like, come on, the completion rate amazing. Like the Raiders are like honestly like underrated right now. Like they're a dark horse candidate. If they could beat a team like the Saints, like I don't know, man. I don't know how Drew Brees is doing without Michael Thomas, but looking at this game, he obviously didn't do that great. And Alvin Kamara cannot do it all. So like the Raiders, like team to watch out for sure.
Speaking of Michael Thomas, that's one thing I noticed from today. Without those slant routes, Drew Brees ain't doing anything. He couldn't throw the ball for anything today. I mean, Emmanuel Sanders had 0 receptions and 0 points at all. Your guy Emmanuel, that did nothing today. Jared Cook was kind of non-existent. Alvin Kamara was the sole piece of that offense. And so, this is the problem with the Saints, right? Drew Brees isn't a deep ball thrower, and so he can't get those targets down the field. He needs Michael Thomas, and hopefully he can get back on the field soon. Otherwise, this Saints offense is in trouble.
Yeah, no, it's interesting to look at how the Oakland Raiders were able to pull off this win. I mean, they had stellar O-line play. They had great defensive efforts when they needed to. Sure, they gave up some big plays here and there. But when the defense needed to step up, they really got the job done. And I think that was critical in the the Vegas Raiders win today. But not to mention, Josh Jacobs was getting the ball all over the field. I mean, he was running to the right, he was running to the left, he was running up the middle. This man was free. And I saw an interesting stat. He had more yards after contact than yards before contact, which is pretty interesting because it just shows that he's a nitty-gritty type of running back that won't go down after you hit him once.
Joshua Jacobs did have more rushing yards than Alvin Kamara. And, firstly, it's crazy how the Raiders, after the halftime break, came out 17-7 run to finish the game. And the end of that third quarter, and especially that fourth quarter, it seemed like there was a flag being thrown all over the place. You see a yellow marker every other play being thrown on the Saints. I mean, if we take a look at that final play on third down before the Saints received the ball, they had that third down opportunity to shut down the Raiders and get the ball back with an approximate 2 to 3 minutes left. However, they get a defensive foul, flag thrown, pass interference. Now, this game, I think, is going to be remembered for all of the penalties that accumulated over 160 yards in favor of the Raiders. I mean, but one thing is for sure, that the Raiders, with this new rebranding, are looking like a rebranded team, literally, coming off to a 2-0 hot start with Derek Carr putting up 280 yards and the 3 touchdowns, like you mentioned, Abby. These Raiders, I would say, like their jerseys, they're going to be the dark horse candidate.
Yeah, no, not to mention, this is a Saints defense that's supposed to be arguably top 10, top 5 in the league, and it was very sloppy play for them today. And it could have all been wiped away, but then again, right at the end of the play, like Ryan, you're talking about Janoris Jenkins, another pass interference call, when it was a ball that was clearly overthrown. I think the Saints really need to work on their sloppy defensive play that was very obvious this game in order to, maintain their competitive chance.
Yeah, we mentioned Derek Carr, we mentioned Josh Jacobs, but one player that we did not mention was Darren Waller. Like, I think he's going to be top 5 tight ends for sure this year. He did great last week too. Did even better this week. I believe he scored a touchdown and 110, 105 yards. That's a great game for a tight end. And there's a lot of weapons on the Raiders right now, to be honest. Josh Jacobs is improving game by game. Derek Carr is getting back to his 2015, 2016 season games. And he's just improving as a player. The whole team's improving. And, yeah, like I said earlier, they're a team to watch out.
Speaking of the Raiders' weapons, the addition of Henry Ruggs, I mean, has been essential to this offense. I think he provides a Tyreek Hill type role where because he's on the field, the safeties have to play so far back that Josh Jacobs gets an easy run. And you saw in the last play, just a deep threat, even though the ball was overthrown, the deep threat of Henry Ruggs made Janoris Jenkins, kind of yank him on the shoulder, and that caused a PI. So I think Henry Ruggs can be a valuable asset to his offense for years to come, too.
For sure. And considering everything which we saw go down today, especially that connection which wasn't able to be built upon between Drew Brees and the wide receivers he had available to him, like Traquan Smith, although he went off for like about 80 yards, are we going to experience this same showcase essentially? Are we going to see the Saints be a worse team now and be negatively affected throughout the season without the help of Michael Thomas? Is this a new trend?
Oh yeah, for sure. You can't. Michael Thomas is considered a top 3 receiver in the league by everyone pretty much. And he's essential to their game because he creates all those intermediate throwing lanes for Drew Brees, who's getting up there in age and can't throw that far. So he gets open, he gets the easy routes. And without him on the field, the defense doesn't have to count. They don't have to double him. So now they can they can focus on Alvin Kamara, and it's up to those receivers to get win one-on-one.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're talking about the reigning offensive player of the year here. And Michael Thomas, yeah, what you're saying already, in top 3 receivers for sure. A lot of people even consider him to be the best in the league. And that slant route, what he's known for with Drew Brees, I mean, even though some people might consider it's just slant routes after slant routes, it's not any skill, doesn't take skill. It doesn't matter. That's what wins them games. And without Michael Thomas, you can't rely on someone like Emmanuel Sanders, even though how much Rayon loves it.
Well, one thing's for sure, although my man is Emmanuel Sanders only had 1 reception, the last thing we want to do on this show is make an evaluation too fast. But tonight showed something scary, that the Saints could not be the powerhouse maybe they once were like last season, the season before, without the help of Michael Thomas. All right, guys. For sure was that a great matchup to see and an unexpected outcome, to say the least. It will be interesting to see how the Raiders can capitalize on this in the coming weeks. As always, guys, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below your takeaways and key thoughts from this game and the games coming up next week as well. As always, guys, take care, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. See you guys.